Let's get it, let's get it, let's go to work. Hey, y'all. A little bit later today, but we're here. We are here. Now, YouTube keeps saying I need to keep it vertical. So I'm just going to keep it vertical today. I'm just going to keep it vertical. And we're going to see how it goes. I like it the other way, but it says they'll put it on your shorts and all of that. Y'all, yesterday was a day. Let's start off. Today is Tuesday, April the 9th, and it is 4:30 a.m. on the East Coast. I am not walking today. I am exhausted. Yesterday was a lot. We're dealing with contractors, dealing with repairs, and dealing with my 9 to 5. Yesterday was overwhelming. So I just got up this morning, took a shower, put my pajamas back on because I'm working today in pajamas, just trying to make it through. Yesterday was a lot. We're gonna get into it. Yesterday was a hell of a lot. Watching contractors, asking contractors questions, finding another emergency contractor to handle an emergent issue. So today, I'm just going to pamper myself a little bit before I have to clock into my job. I might even go ahead and make my manwich when I get off live, so I'll have my food for the week. And I'm sipping on some coffee, iced coffee, to get myself together. So, what is going on? How y'all doing out there? How is everyone doing? How are my retired folks doing? I know y'all don't get up to 10 o'clock, right? Y'all don't get up to 10 o'clock. I'm just basing that on my mother. She retired. She don't get up to 10 o'clock. I know some of y'all probably get up early, like me. Let's go in with our first serum of the day. Yesterday was so rough. Something that I thought was going to take a few minutes, 2 hours at the most. I thought I would be at the other place 2 hours. I ended up being there 6 hours. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. So that's my first serum. I still feel the stiffness all in my neck and everything. But what has been going on on my timeline? Y'all, what is going on with our Aioki Lee? I'm all up in her business. What is going on with Kimora Lee Simmons? Oh, no, maybe it's just Kimora Lee. And I don't know, I think she might have kept the Simmons name. And her youngest daughter, now the oldest one is 24. So I'm thinking the youngest one might be 22 or something like that. If y'all haven't heard, this girl is dating a 65-year-old man. restaurateur. Like that makes a difference, but she dating a 65-year-old man. So I want y'all to chime in if y'all watching the replay. This is the second serum. How would that go down at your house? Aioki is the youngest of Kimura's children. The oldest one is 24. So, and I think she had them sort of back to back. So I'm thinking she's about 22. I'm going to give her 22. She may have just turned 21. I don't know. But I'm going to give her 22. She is dating a 65-year-old restaurateur. And it's giving strange. I ain't gonna lie. So I did all of my skincare. I'm tired, y'all. I know you can see I'm tired. But I'm just trying to make it through today. I'm just trying to make it through. She is dating a 65-year-old man. And not only that, she went to a whole different country on vacation with the man. And I thought that when I first saw the news clip, that somebody was just putting some clips together. The girl was on vacation. It was just a man standing next to her, and they just assuming she was dating this man. But much to my surprise, as I watched the video more, she kissing him and everything. Then Aioki makes a video, and all she talks about is her man. How he's in a separate room, he comes to get her, they go do stuff together and stuff like that. But, so it can't be that we just caught a photo op with an older man standing next to you and we just assume you were dating him. She actually made a video to confirm that she's dating this 65-year-old man. And so I've been looking at the comments. I've been looking at the comments under the videos. Yes, I have. And it's mixed. The comments are mixed. There's people on there saying, she's grown, he's grown, they can do what they want to do. It's comments on there saying, daddy issues. It's comments on there saying, y'all stay out of her business. Well, let me tell all the young folks out there. If you put it on social media, it's everybody's business. Now, we may have caught a photo op at first, but she actually made a video to confirm the photo op. So she wants the world to know. She wants the world to talk about it. I'm going to show you the video. I put it on this phone, and it's been playing in the background, but I wanted to just catch it at the beginning. So once you put something on social media, you definitely want everybody to talk about it.
So let's unpack what I brought St. Bart's, starting with
St. Bart's.
My boyfriend's Mickey Mouse t-shirt. Kidding. I forget that. I slept in it last night. Okay. All right. Story time, ladies and gentlemen. So my man retrieved this iPad from the Antigua airport. It was not on the plane. He called the owner of the airline, who called the Antigua security, airport security, and was like, homie pops, you got this iPad or what? And if your boyfriend said, baby, you want to go to St. Bart's for 2 weeks, but the only flight I found on short notice is through Antigua, and because the connection is tight, I want to only take a carry-on. I'll get you whatever you need. He also said he'd get whatever when he got here. Like, he got me a bikini already, so fine.
He got her bikini.
And my boyfriend came to my apartment to pick me up, and I was like, I had this bag on the table, and he goes, oh, like, why don't you bring that? It's so cute. And I was like, I don't have any room. He goes, you totally do. And then showed me how to fit it in my bag. I did find my iPad. My boyfriend got it back from Antigua. Also, okay, my boyfriend he's not a chef, but he's in hospitality and restauranting and chefing. I made this man eat a Butterfinger. He's Italian. He was in shock. Love me a good CB dipple vape. That was a wild commentary. So I also brought this, and my boyfriend carried it most of the time. So my last few items.
So in that little video, she just talking about how her boyfriend invited her to Antigua. Somehow she left her iPad at the airport. Hey, Perfect Nails. She left her iPad at the airport. He was able to call up the authorities at the airport and get her iPad back. Then he bought her a swimsuit. Oh, and she is totally enamored. Like, totally enamored. Baby, this is why you gotta expose your children to things when they small. I mean, trips. Okay. We've been on trips. I've been to countries. Before you know me, I've been to countries with my parents. Over 10 countries. Over 10 countries. So, and I know she comes from means. So I don't know why she's so enamored by somebody taking her to Antigua when most of these countries are all the same. They got beach, they got clear water, they got restaurants, they got, you know what I'm saying? All of them. I've been to the Bahamas, Jamaica, all of them by Florida. I've been to all of them. St. Martin, St. I've been to all of them. And they all about the same. They got clear water, they got beaches, they got places where you can purchase knick-knack, paddywhacks. You can go on excursions. You can go skydive and skinny dip. You can do all the things. And they all the same. I'm not going to lie. When I went to Egypt, I was there for 15 days. By the time we got to our 7th day, the tour guide said out of his own mouth, he said, I know all of these, I forgot what they call them, but all of the pyramids and things that you see over there, they start looking alike. After about the 7th day, you done seen it all. The tour guide said that himself. He said, I know things are starting to look alike now. And it does. Now, I know her family came from means, so I know she done been on some trips before. And people are really coming down. Let me just talk about ageism for a minute. And one of my pet peeves on YouTube, whenever I make a comment on a video, it's always somebody when commenting to me instead of the person that makes the video. I have made a comment on a video and have gotten 20 to 50 comments to me instead of somebody commenting on the content that they seen in the video. And it's all because somebody wants to throw ageism in there and say something like, well, you need to stay out of young people's business or something like this or something like that. And I'm going to go back to my same thing. If you put it on social media, and a lot of these celebrities, they call social media outlets to capture different events. If you put it on social media, we can talk about it. Anybody can talk about it. Anybody. It's not a particular age that can just talk about it. Okay. And I magnify it in hopes of saving somebody else's daughter. You don't have to, if you're raising children, expose them to stuff while they're young, so they won't be all thrown off when somebody take them to Disneyland, put them in a hotel, and buy them a Slurpee. That's basically all it was. He done took her to Disneyland and bought her a Slurpee and a swimsuit. How much is the swimsuits at Walmart? Anybody can buy a swimsuit. Yeah, you're in another country and he bought you a swimsuit. The most expensive thing he probably gonna spend on you is that flight, especially if it's last minute. And if you travel, you know that last minute flights are expensive. But the way she talked about that man in that video, she really talked about him like she not used to nothing at all. Or either she trying to make her daddy mad. Could that be it? Yes. Yes. I mean, it was so funny because what I do is after a while, as far as YouTube comments, now I'm looking at somebody's video. They could be talking about how to cook spaghetti. And I might say, yeah, back in my days, we used to put this in with that. But I like the way you did, you know, and I always give everybody a thumbs up when I make a comment. I mean, as a creator, a lot of times we don't care what you say in the comments because we just want to comment. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with celebrities. That's why they put foolish stuff out there, because they just want the attention or the attraction. So I made a comment on a random video. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to go back and find it. And after so many people started amening, oh, I'm going to tell you exactly what it was. Y'all got time? Oh, it's coming to me. It's coming to me. So I made a comment about somebody deciding to have a baby without being married. They were a young person. Oh, I think it's this singer. I forget her name, but when she first started to have children, the one that suffers with anxiety, I forgot her name. I made a comment on somebody's video who was talking about her. So it was a commentary video. They was talking about the singer. And I think she's on her third child now, but I forgot her name. Y'all will probably think about it. But it's just a random celebrity who, at the age of less than 25, decided to, that's it, have a baby. Okay. And I just made one comment. There's a lot of comments on the video. And I just made one comment on the video because all I'm thinking about is young girls who's following behind. And all I said was, why is there a trend going around of women having babies before they get married? It's almost like a fashion trend. It's like a handbag almost. And then I kept it moving. Boy, them people went in on me. First off, I made a comment on a creator's video. I really wanted the creator to chime in to see what the creator thought. Not a whole bunch of people going around looking at YouTube videos, but I got so many people to comment to me about what I said about a video I saw. And I feel like when people put videos out, they want comments, whether they pro or nay, they want comments. So one girl put under my comment, she said, she can do whatever she wants to. She has all the money in the world. Stay out of young people's business. I said, it just doesn't make sense. Because, and I forgot exactly what she said, but she basically said something like that. what she was trying to say is she can do whatever she wants to. She got enough money and all this and that. But what I was saying was, why not marry first and then have a child? No, what I said was a child is something that you will have for a lifetime. I'm asking about why these girls are not getting married first, because if you got married first, it doesn't work out. You can get a divorce. But once you have a child, you have a child for life. So if this man isn't good enough for you to marry him, why is it good enough to have children? And even if she got money, your child is something that you will have. I still don't understand, because if the man is not good enough to marry, why would you want to have the children? You're only putting more work on yourself. Now, if you just wanted to have children, then you could have went to the shop and got a donor and had some children. But to me, it seemed like the goal was to keep a man in a relationship. That's why they had the children all fast. I'm just saying, in some cases, it seemed to me that the goal is really not the child. Because you could have had a child by anybody. In high school, you could have had a child. The goal is to try to keep the man. And you trying to do it like backdoor by having a child. So they went in on me. And I just came back and I just made that point. Like, if he's not good enough to get married, why have a child by him? Because you are the one ultimately that's going to have to take care of that child. Now, I know a lot of good men. And most of the men I know have been very good fathers. But most of the men I hear about, they just keep it moving. They just keep it moving, honey. And then you stuck there with the child. And do you know how many stories I have heard about women who get that depressed and all that because of the situation they in, and they take it out on the child because the child looked just like the man? Child. Anyway, those people went in on me on a video. And I was saying to myself, y'all supposed to look at the content of this video, and you're supposed to make a comment relating to the content. Not go down the road and make comments to other people who have made comments. But then I figured out that maybe people want to get some traction, so they making comments to me. I don't know. But you know what I do? After they get to arguing and fussing and fighting so much, I just delete my comment. So all your stuff goes away too. Duh. I just delete the comment. So what would y'all do if your daughter, who was 22, told you she was going to Antigua with a 65-year-old man? Mine wouldn't have told me nothing like that. I'm just going to tell you straight up. Nuh-uh. At 22, I was still paying for cell phones, car insurance. So I pretty much knew where you were all the time. You was not going to be going. I don't even care if the person was your age. You wasn't going to be going out the country with somebody you just met. And evidently her parents hadn't met him, because Russell made a post or said in an interview or something, he got the news about her going out of the country the day before. So apparently they had never met this man. They may have heard that she was enamored by somebody. But I don't think they really met this man. And they both put statements out. Kimora, they said she put, I don't know if she put it on Twitter or she put it on Instagram. I just went and checked her Instagram. I didn't see it. So she must have put it on Twitter or something. But she made a post. And it was a picture of a panda bear and a baby panda bear. And in the caption, she said, getting on my nerves. And but Russell made a post, and his post was like, you know, my daughter is grown, she's living her life, I love you and support her. He made a post like that. Girl, Holly weird. Holly weird. What's this? That's what people is eating Russell up in the comments, child. They've been saying, you need to shut up because you fled the country trying to flee some charges or something. They was going in on him. So you tried to flee, escape some charges, so that's why you all over in Bali in a whole different country. But I'm thinking, okay, so he tried to flee some charges. Wasn't that like recent? Like, if your parents was in your life your whole life, you think they was just raised by, what they call them? Attendants? And their parents really wasn't there? Because I've been out of town before, but my kids still check in with me. Yeah, she's the baby. The oldest one is 24. I know that for a fact. So I'm giving her about, and I know they was kind of close, so I'm going to say she about 22. I'm going to give her about 22. And everybody keeps saying she's a grown woman. Let me tell y'all something. You grown when you can pay your own bills. It's not an age. And she was just begging her daddy for some college tuition a couple of years ago. She not grown. She not grown. Oh, they just up and left her on her own. But I wonder what that looks like when you come from millions. Like, in regular people, a lot of people say they make their children leave at 18. I was never like that. My kids could stay with me all the time if they wanted to. So I never had no age limit on that. But if you come from millions, I'm thinking you probably grew up in a nice bedroom, in a nice house with plenty of rooms. Y'all probably had a maid. You may even have somebody cook for you every now and then. You probably got to go to all the sports and all the events, and you was in all the activities. So when you turn 18, you probably still got your nice room in the mansion, you know. I don't know, child. Even if I know she went to college. I think she's Harvard, or was the other sister Harvard? I know she went to college. She may have even graduated. I don't know what her degree is in. But your parents don't stop taking care of you just because you reach a certain particular age. Like, I think I was paying for phone bills till people was maybe 25. Maybe, and definitely they was on my insurance because they made it so you could stay on your parents' insurance until you 25. So I feel like you grown when you can pay all those bills. If you still need your parents' help, you're not grown. So all the young people keep saying, she's grown, leave her alone, leave her alone. 22 is not grown. It's grown enough for you to decide where you're going to go for the evening. That's about it. But unless you totally out of the house taking care of yourself, you're not grown. That's why people stay at home, because they can't take care of themselves. The way these prices are, that's exactly why people stay at home. But anyway, when I watched that video of her talking about her man and her boyfriend, and when I seen her kiss that old man, I was like, this is creepy. Like, it's creepy. And if your parents never met him and you going out the country, it's unsafe. It's creepy and it's unsafe. I don't care, grown or not. Y'all know about the girl that got killed when she went out the country with her friends. She was grown too. Grown don't mean nothing. Your family still care about you. Your family still want to know where the hell you at and who you with, grown or not. Especially when you going out the country. Ooh. Ooh. She was telling him what she liked, and he was straight. Oh, at the restaurant. Y'all gotta let me know if y'all had somebody in your family or if your sister. See, I don't think if your sister just went out of the country, y'all would probably be calling the police like, what the hell going on? No matter who she with. This girl done went to a whole different country with a 65-year-old man. Oh, they was driving. And then talking about I ain't seen nothing he bought. Maybe she keeping that as a secret. But to be online talking about a swimsuit and he got an iPad back, girl, you getting robbed. You straight over there in another country getting robbed. Swimsuits is $20 in the United States. And if you go on Shein, you might get them for $12, $6. What is she talking about? Girl, you better get your tail home. Now, everybody's saying, and then some people in the comments saying, get that money, boo. Get that money, boo. Y'all need to stop. You don't understand what could be going on behind the scenes when you think you taking somebody to the cleaners. Just like with any other relationship. She could be getting abused. She could be getting exploited. She could be getting anything. You don't understand. And I always told my children, when you're in your 20s, you need to live. The 20s is the time you go to all the parties, go to all of the conventions, go to all of the art shows, you go to all the zip line, and you do all the stuff. That's the time you do all the stuff before you have a child. Why would you want to already lock down, settle down? You haven't done all the things. Right. And I feel like because it's such a, anytime, it could have been a woman dating a young guy that age. It's just that age gap is going to be a disadvantage. Or there's a reason why. Like, why can't this man who's 65 talk to other women 65? Like, what's going on with that? She needs to sit back and think, why is he want to be all in my space? I'm only 22. I don't even know everything yet. I haven't even filed taxes yet. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with him that he wants to be with me? Like, what happened to the 60-year-old lady? Or what happened to a 55-year-old lady? You know what I'm saying? She's not even thinking about that. Y'all be safe out there. Watch your family and your friends. What else did I find out yesterday? Oh, let me talk about these contractors. So yesterday, I was all on my job and all at the rental property. And I had 2 contractors. And I had a list of about 8 things that needed to get done. I was so excited because I said, we're down to the last straw. I got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 things on my list. Once I get this done, I'm good. They were supposed to be there at 9 o'clock. The first contractor did not come till 10:30-ish. I'm sitting in my car. He gets there and he doesn't have a drill. I have to go home and get my tools and bring them out. Let me tell you the 8 things I had. I had a stair railing that I wanted to have reinforced and painted. I wanted to put a new lock on the fence. I have a kitchen island and I wanted to put some handles on the island drawers. I had some mirrors that needed to be put up in 2 bathrooms. I had a circuit breaker that needed a door to be put on it. So I already had the wood. So they just had to cut the wood, put some hinges and a handle on the circuit breaker. And I have an air conditioning unit out back that I wanted to put some security bars on. That's pretty much all I had to get done. In my eyes, I'm thinking 2 hours max. They should be able to do this in 2 hours max. I ended up being there 6 hours. 6 hours of my day. And what makes it so bad is I got a 9 to 5. So I'm walking around with my computer, working my 9 to 5 and watching contractors for 6 hours. It got to the point to where I recruited a 3rd contractor. I saw him on the Neighborhood Next Door app. I've been watching him and his work for a while. I just picked up the phone out of desperation. I didn't text or nothing. I called him and I acted like I knowed him. Let's pretend his name is Larry. I was like, hey, Larry. He said, yeah. I said, you got any time for me today? He said, yeah, what you need? So upstairs in the bathroom, there was no hot water. And of course, I didn't know how to make the hot water come on. So I told him, I said, can you come check the bath? He said, well, is it no hot water all over the place or it's just one bathroom? Asking good questions. You know, when you know your job, you ask them real good questions. I said, no, they just said it's no hot water in the bathroom. He said, oh, okay, I know what I need to do. I need to come over there and open up the faucet and sort of equal out the levers that they put on the hot and the cold. So I said, quickly, how much you gonna charge? He said, well, what part of town you on? I said, I'm on the east side. He said, well, I live out west and I charge $40 transportation fee if I have to come to another side of town. I said, dang. I said, well, how much is the job? $160. So now we had $200 to cut on some hot water. I said, well, let me check around because that's kind of steep. He said, well, for you today, he said, I won't charge you the transportation fee. I'll come over and do it. I was like, yes. So Larry said, text me your address and put 1 o'clock. Mind you, this was about going on 12 o'clock. He said, that way I'll know that I need to be at your place by 1 o'clock. Mind you, he was already working on another job and he had another job behind me. So he put me in the middle of his 2 jobs. I love a man that's about getting his Skrilla. If you don't know what it's about. If you don't know what that means. It's about getting his money, honey. He will fit you in to get his money. So I said, okay, so I sent him the text. Now he was a little late, but I don't fault him because he fit me in his schedule last minute when I called. Larry came in. He went up to that bathroom. He went to the shower. He took the whole little piece off He said you have a hot and you have a cold pipe, and it's got a lever on it. And because we have a shower that has that one little handle, he said they're supposed to balance it out. So that when you turn it this way, you're going to get cold. You turn it that way, you're going to get all hot. You put it in the middle, you get mixture. He said they had it all on the cold. Who put it on there? You know, people you pick up at Home Depot. Okay. So he took that apart. He evened out the hot and the cold. And as we was walking down the steps, it took him less than 15 minutes. As he was walking down the steps, I said, Larry, I got this banister on the steps right here. Got a little wiggle in it. What would you advise? Now, I already heard what the first contractor said do. I want to see what ideas Larry had. Larry said, oh yeah, you can just put you some screws in there. That'll make the banister a little tighter. I said, Larry, can you do it? I had already bought the screws. Mind you, I went out yesterday to get my tools, and I had to go out and get some screws for the first contractors. So he said, yeah, I could do it. Got down on that floor like it wasn't nothing. Put them screws in that banister. Larry was there, the second contractor that I hired yesterday. Less than an hour. He got us some hot water, and he fixed the banister in less than an hour. This for all you young people out there. This man made $200 in an hour. Hello? Look at the camera good. This man made $200 in an hour. Y'all better get out here and learn some trades. Y'all better get out here and learn something. He making more money than me. An hour. And then he left. Now I'm still left with these other contractors that have been dilly-daddling and talking to complete my list of 8 things. They came at 10:30. They didn't finish until 2:30 or 3:30. I can't remember. It was closer to 3. They had 8 things to do. Larry came in and did 2 things in less than an hour. I would not have had to call on Larry, but I did because I felt bad being in the tenant's home for so long. Now, when I got there at 9, I didn't go in. I sat in my car and waited for the contractors. But once we actually got in their home at 10:30, you talking about we done been there from 10:30. We done saw your kid eat lunch. The dogs go outside. Here it is, 2:30. We still in the home, dilly-dallying around. So I was glad Larry came in and helped me out. I didn't care about paying that money because hot water is mandatory. I can't rent no place out without no hot water. I don't know why. When I had my inspection of the property, I remember the inspection guy turned everything on before I got there. So when I walked in there, the washing machine was going. The water was going in all the bathrooms. The dishwasher was going. He already had, the oven was on. He turned everything on. But I didn't check to see what type of water he was running. So I don't know if it was hot water or not. So lesson learned. Lesson learned. Next time, I'm going to make sure I see the hot water running. So I was glad Larry could come in and Larry could get that hot water issue fixed. Now, I still have 2 things left. After all of that, them hours of playing around, we got the banister a little tighter. The banister needs to be painted. The utility box needs to be painted. And I still got to put some knobs on the drawers in the kitchen. So those are the 3 little things I still have left. I did not want to stay at the tenant's house any longer. We had been there for 6 hours. That was just enough yesterday. So I'm planning to go back maybe Thursday to do the finishing touches. I have to go get some knobs. I did not realize when I looked at this island, I just saw a kitchen island. I didn't really realize that it had drawers and a cabinet because everything looked so smooth. So I never thought about, oh, there's not no handles on the drawers. I just thought it was an island because I have an island in my house and it doesn't have drawers. So I just thought it was aesthetics. It was a cute little island. No, this is a functional island that has drawers and stuff like that. Now, I feel a little bad about being at them people's house that long because, and then I don't feel that bad because the lady who needed the place to rent, she contacted us in desperation. She really had to leave her place. And we were still working on the house. So I feel a little bit bad, but not too bad because she understood that we still had things to do in the house. But who wants to be looking at other people's face for 6 hours? Like, I don't want to have to watch you for 6 hours. If you got a job to do the job and get out. So I told my daughter, I said, yeah, these men trying to play up in my face. I said, because the contractors were hourly workers. We did get them on an app. So I think they was trying to just, what they call it, feed the clock or something. I forgot what they called it. But I think they was really trying to buff up the time. But you still could have got time had you did the things. You didn't have to go slow doing the things because I had plenty other things for you to do. So we still got 3 more things, well, 2 really, paint and doorknobs, which is pretty simple, but the doorknobs that go on the cabinets are 2 different kinds. I have one that goes on the cabinets at the top and a different set of doorknobs that go on the island. So I got to go to the hardware store to get the doorknobs. But today, I'm chilling. I'm not fooling with none of this today. And then I think I want to get the house sprayed for bugs. And I'm going to tell you why. The house had been empty for several years, and I've seen some spiders. They've seen some spiders. We haven't seen, like, any real bugs like that, but it's just some spiders we've seen in the basement and stuff like that. So I want to get the house sprayed for bugs. So if I can coordinate one day where I can get the bugs and the paint and the doorknobs put on the same day, I would be so happy. I would be so happy to get all of that over with. And I really appreciate her being patient with me. But we were helping each other out. She really needed somewhere to stay. I think where she was living, they was going to sell the property. And I think they sold it too. As soon as she left, they was going to sell the property. So she had to find another place. And my place was so perfect for her because it was close to her job. But we was actually still working on it. But we had been working on it for a month, so we was really getting ready to put it out there for rent. So yeah, they played in my face. They played in my face yesterday. But it was wonderful for me to see somebody who really come in and get the job done and somebody that's playing in my face. And they really playing because if you think about it, I got a 9 to 5. This house is my part-time. I got 2 jobs. My daughter got a 9 to 5. This house is her part-time. She works another part-time dealing with transportation, and she's a dialysis patient. We don't have time for no games. So the next time we hire a contractor, I'm going to ask them up front, how long is that going to take you for everything? For everything on my list, how long is that going to take you? I'm going to let you in. I'm going to come back in that time, and you better be done. I've been sitting here watching people, and I've been watching them talking, coming late, giggling, talking, giggling. I said, I always know men talk more than women. These contractors was giggling and talking. So, and one was a worker and one was the owner of the contracting business. He had to put in, the owner had to put the gate around the air conditioning unit because it required a special drill to go down in some concrete. So he came to do that part. But he also distracted the worker from doing the list of 8 things that I had on my list. Yes, if you ever sit back and watch, the only reason why I know is because I got a boy, I got a girl. I got a boy, I got a girl. I seen both of them. Y'all can't tell me no different. Men talk more than women. I'm going to tell you what you do if you never done it before. Go sit in a barbershop. If they still got them. If they still got the thing called barbershops. If you sit in a barbershop, you will see men, they will be talking. Talk. That's why I was always careful about anything that I do, because men, baby, your business be all over the shop. If you don't know, your business will be all over the shop. Or maybe that's back in the days, in the 80s, when I used to go to the, I had to take my son to the barbershop. That's when I learned. That's exactly when I learned, honey, that they be talking. They got one place where they can go to and they be talking. And if they don't have barbershops nowadays, I guess it's the men that's standing around the convenience stores or the bodegas, whatever you call them. They be talking. They need to get on YouTube and make some money off of it. They need to get on TikTok and make some money off of it, for real, for real. Now today, I did listen to one more story, but I'm getting ready to cut this off today. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say in an undecided, that's, sideways kind of way, if you don't know. That's what I was trying to say. Because I used to go, it's so funny, I used to go to take my son to the barbershop. I remember I had to take him for his first haircut and everything. And I used to always go first thing in the morning. And honey, I was there when the barbershop wasn't even open, waiting for them to open, right? Because I wanted to hurry up and get in and get out. And my barber would come, open the door, I would sit down in the chair, and I would listen to every barber and man come in and talk about what they did the night before, who they did it, how they did it, who they seen it with, this and that, this and that, this and that. They not going to co-sign what I'm saying. I seen this for myself. I don't need nobody to tell me no different. I sat in those barber shops and I have seen it myself. And if I knew the ladies that they was talking about, I would have told them, but I didn't know the ladies personally. But they was giving names, addresses, who they was with, who showed up, what they did. They told everything. This is what the young girls don't know. They out here popping it, popping out babies, popping it and dropping it. And you don't even know that these men be talking. They be talking. And women talk too. Women be talking too. But we don't get together in public and tell all our business. We talk to our one girlfriend or 2 girlfriends we got in a chat. Men and I'm sitting here like this, listening to all, they done went to bingo, they done went to the club, they were sitting in somebody's car, they had the legs up, they went over somebody's house. I done heard it all at the barber shop. Oh, I really appreciate y'all stepping in on my live today. I didn't get to all my topics, but I got some things off my chest. Meet me back here tomorrow. Y'all be safe and have a good day. Peace, riches.